This is the Boblov F2 Body Camera, and I'm going to tell you all about it right now. Upon unboxing, you'll find the manual, the F2 itself, a short clip, a C-type charging/data cable, a long clip, a car charger, a wall charger, and a dash cam suction bracket with 1/4-inch tripod mount adapter. According to the manual, the F2 has a built-in 3000 mAh rechargeable battery capable of run times up to 10 hours. It can also capture 2K video up to 30 frames per second with a 120-degree field of view, and it also takes up to 40 megapixel photos. Not to mention, it also has an audio recorder mode in WAV format and a 2-inch IPS dual display. It also has a built-in memory with the option of a 64GB or 128GB capacity. There's also built-in Wi-Fi, GPS, and night vision along with C-type charging. And that's just the base specs. I'll leave a link to the manual in the description of this video so that you guys can check out all of the specs in further detail. Also note that this device is moderately waterproof, which means that it can handle accidental sprinkles, but I wouldn't risk direct rainfall or submersion, and the same goes for the impact rating. But if you do fumble this camera, it will be okay. I dropped it from about 1.5 meters during testing by accident, and it still worked fine. Lastly, don't use any alcohol-based cleaner products on this camera because it will ruin the display, or at least that's what it says in the manual. And now on to the test. Of course, what's on paper in the manual isn't really what counts here. What counts is how well the F2 performs in the real world. With that said, during my runtime test using the F2 in the 2K video mode without any other features turned on, such as the IPS display, the Wi-Fi, the IR illuminator, and the GPS, I got a total runtime of 9 hours and 40 minutes of continuous use before the battery became completely depleted. I still had several hours worth of record time on the built-in memory as well. And during my secondary runtime test with all of the features turned on, such as the IPS display, the Wi-Fi, the IR, and the GPS, I got a total runtime of 3 hours and 57 minutes before the battery became completely depleted. So with all that being said, the camera should last you the entire day or night shift if you only actually use it for incidents and not continuously record unnecessary recordings throughout the whole day. And of course, it goes without saying, at the end of the day, you're going to have to recharge this device. And during my recharge time test using the included wall charger, the F2 only took 2 hours and 15 minutes to fully recharge from completely depleted, which was far better than the 4 hours that was stated in the manual. Now let's take a brief tour of the modes and general operation of the Boblov F2.
All right, guys, let's jump into it. Here we have the display in the back, the display up the top. You have a couple function and power buttons on the side. You have your camera lens. You have your indicator lights here. You have your record video mode, and you have your picture button there. And then also you have your navigation here. And then over here you have your charging port for C-type as well. And I'm just going to run you right through it right now. So up top, you're going to be able to look down while this is strapped to your chest. You're going to be able to see what time it is, and then you're going to be able to also see the power that you have left, the memory that you have left, and then also you're going to have your GPS and your Wi-Fi there. And it's going to be basically file format, basically what your format is for your pictures or videos. And then you're going to have your display here. It's going to tell you your police code number or whatever kind of ID you want to put in there. And then right here is your time and date, self-explanatory. It's going to tell you right here how much memory you have left as well. On this model, I have 64 gigs. So if you want to turn the displays off, you just hit this button right here. Displays will turn off, and you're going to be able to go into like standby mode. You can still hit record.
Recording start. And
now we're recording, but you're not going to be able to see anything until I hit that button again. It's going to tell you, you know, your basic general information. And I can go ahead and hit the record stop button.
Recording stop.
Which is the same button, and it'll stop recording. If you want to use the night vision or the infrared, and if you have it in manual mode, you basically go like this, and you hold down the FN button or the function button, and now we're in the night vision mode. Do it again to turn it off. If you wanted to navigate the menu, here's your menu. I'm going to walk you through it really quick. This is going to be able to adjust your frame rate and your resolution for your video. Second is going to be your megapixels for the camera. This is going to be your basic burst for how many pictures you want to take at once, if you wanted to take any pictures at all, and it goes all the way up to 20. This is for the Wi-Fi on and off. This is for the self timer. This is for the picture quality. So basically I have mine in super fine, so it takes really good pictures. If you wanted to back out of something,
the power button will back you out of the menu.
If you wanted to pre-record, it records a little bit before you actually press record, and this is going to record. Post-record is recording a little bit more after you've stopped recording, and it's going to give you basically how many minutes or seconds you want to record for after you stopped recording. Dash cam mode here, and basically you can turn that baby on and off, and that's pretty simple, and then it will respond and react as a dashboard camera, just like here.
And as you can see, it's relatively easy to install. All you have to do is stick that suction cup in the window, and it's actually pretty stable and solid for what it is. You can hear that baby start up when you turn the ignition over, and that will start recording, and you're going to be able to drive down the road, and that's the picture quality of what it looks like. You're not seeing any license plates with this camera, I'll tell you that right now. It's just very mediocre picture quality for a 2K. I feel like they need to readjust, or maybe I got a dud, but they need to readjust the actual lens itself so you can actually read plates. You can see things clearer up, but you have to be really, really close that you can't see anything in the distance. And nighttime shots, same deal. Pretty decent overall night quality. I actually had this freehand. I didn't have it mounted, so that's why it's wobbling all over the place. I did fix it in post, but this is what it looks like, guys. This is exactly what it's going to look like. You can see what's going on. But back to the menu.
Loop recording is important to have. It's going to record forever and ever and ever and re-record over the things you've already recorded. But if you want to take it off loop mode, you shut the loop mode off, and you're going to record continuous. And once it reaches the maximum capacity for how much memory it can store, then basically it's going to just stop recording, and you're not going to be able to record anymore. So you have the risk of putting in loop, and you can record over something you've already recorded over, or put it in regular and it will just record until the memory runs out. This is the time split. What that means is it's going to give you an interval in which one video file will be made. And I like to have mine for the 45 minutes, because if I use the 45-minute one, say I record for 10 minutes, say I record for a half an hour, it's still going to make it in one file instead of two files. So if I did like 15 minutes, say I use this and I put it in 15-minute mode and I record for a half an hour, then it's going to be two 15-minute videos. So that's what that allegedly means. So over here, slideshow, don't use it, don't need it. So infrared, self-explanatory. Auto means it's going to go on automatically when it's dark out, and then manual means you turn it on manually. So I'm going to show you what that looks like. All you have to do is hold down the FN button. It turns on the infrared. You can almost kind of see a little bit of glow now, and then you can turn it off and that glow goes away. So it's very easy to use for that. And then you go ahead, and if you wanted to do the record warning, this is when you turn it on, you press record. I think I can use it while I'm in the menu. No, I can't.
Recording start.
See how it said something?
Recording stop.
And now I turned it off. And basically what that does, you can turn that off. So if I go ahead and hit that, go like this, and I press record again, it's not going to say it this time. So that's a cool feature to have. That way you can audibly hear and know that you're definitely recording instead of guessing. But you can always look down and see if you're recording as well. Basically, video mute. Self-explanatory. If you want audio in your video, then you're going to keep that off. If you want audio to be not in your video, then you're just going to turn it on. It's going to mute the video audio. So global positioning, I have that turned off, but it will tag you. So basically it will be like somewhere either here, over there. It will tag exactly the location that you're at. And then you can use a separate app where it will link up the video along with the GPS location on a little map for you. So that's kind of cool feature. I keep that off because I don't really need it. And then time zone, self-explanatory. You just press the button, it tells you the different time zones, and it will change the time zone here down below. Language, English, self-explanatory. It does do English. So screensaver, I don't use, I don't need it, and I don't really know how it works. You can look it up in the manual if you're interested in that, because that's not part of the main function, so I don't really care. As far as LCD display brightness goes, it goes all the way down to low. That's what it looks like on low. That's what it looks like on medium, and that's what it's going to look like on high. Auto power off is basically after a certain amount of time on standby, it will shut off. So say you have it on standby for 15 minutes, it will shut off after 15 minutes. But if you want to just keep it on standby, you just shut off the auto power off mode, and you could put this in the standby by pressing the power button, and it will shut off the screen and display and all that stuff. But you could still hit, like I said, record, and that will still do what you need it to do when the time comes. And it will stay on standby for a really long time. I think it's something like until the battery dies. So not too bad. Indicator lights, I have them turned off. I can turn them on for you right now. So when you hit record, basically what that's going to do
Recording start.
is it's going to turn red and flash. When you're done recording, just hold it down.
Recording stop.
It goes back to green. Very simple, very easy operation. I like to keep mine off because I like to kind of be a little bit stealthy. And keytones, basically you can turn them on or off. And this is what they're gonna look like and sound like. So now you have the volume of the keys. And that's what it's gonna sound like. Personally, I don't wanna hear beeping all day, so I can just go ahead like this, turn it off, and then you move along. And the volume I just showed you is kind of self-explanatory. Then you can do your format code for the different types of files. I just leave it the way it is. You guys can change it if you want. Then you have your time, and you can walk through that whole entire thing as well. And that will bounce you right through the time. And then obviously hit back to back out. ID settings, pretty self-explanatory. You put your ID code in there for if you're on duty or something. There's password here. You can password protect this if you want. I don't, because I don't need it in that capacity, but you can. It will lock anybody from being able to do anything without using the password to get into your device. And you can change your user password as well there. And then you can set your default settings. You factory reset, basically. Every time you hit format, it will factory reset the card that's inside here, the one that's built in, and you'll go back to basic settings and it will erase everything that's on there as well. You've recorded your video, but you want to kind of go back and review it. This button over here goes ahead and lets you review what you've recorded, and it's pretty self-explanatory. See, that's what it looks like. And then when you want to back out, obviously you hit the power button. If you wanted to see the different menus up there, we got the pictures and stuff. You're going to hit the function key, go to pictures, go to audio. So say I wanted to record audio, there's another cool feature here. It does have voice recorder on here. Just like this, all you have to do is hit that FN button. You just go ahead and click it once. It's going to start an audio recorder. Testing, 1, 2, 3, audio recording, and all you have to do is press the button again. It stops recording. You can go back here and you go over to the audio file over here, and we can play it back. Audio recorder, testing, 1, 2, 3, audio recording, and that's the speaker down there, apparently. It's going to start an audio recorder, testing. And then say if you wanted to just erase one of these files, all you have to do is, I believe you hold down the button. Yeah, there you go. And you can erase any of the files. And that goes for even when you go into the menu for your videos as well. You can go ahead and delete those. So all you have to do, hold down, and then you go ahead and you can delete that. So for those of you not in the know, there is a Wi-Fi button there. Obviously it turns the Wi-Fi on, and what that does is it can give you a live feed to be able to access or see things remotely from your phone. And it's got like a Bluetooth Wi-Fi connection. So as far as the Bluetooth goes, is as far as the Wi-Fi goes. As you can see, it's real time. It's a little bit laggy, but it still does the trick. If you wanted to check over your files that you do have on the actual camera, you can go through there and scroll as well. You hit that, you'll be able to play them back. Slowly but surely they'll load. It takes a little while. It's not the best thing in the world. And it's kind of a pain in the butt. You have to go on the Boblov website to download the app for the actual Android devices. The ISO actually has one in their app store there as well for Apple. But the Android one, you have to go to Boblov, download this file. Once you download the file, it loads up on here, and then you have to like kind of do this little process. But it eventually ends up on your phone, and you're going to be able to use it. And it's actually not terrible. You can do picture or video. So if I wanted to go ahead and hit that, it's going to start recording, and you can see right here that it's actually recording on my device as well as on here in real time.
Also, you can directly download the files from your camera to your phone, but it takes a little while. Now, as far as going over your files by using your computer, you can just plug and play. Basically, you plug the USB into the C-type charging port / data port, and you're going to be able to just plug it in your computer. It will load right up, and you're going to be able to see your different options for your audio, your video, your log, and everything else that's in there. And you can see all your files in real time, and you just play them back on your media player. Now that we've covered all the technical details you could possibly imagine, we're going to take this out and actually show you the videos and pictures of what this looks like in the real world.
life preserver.
This is seriously crazy.
That heat.
Dude, it's not.
Yeah.
.32 times zoom. We go back into night vision mode. Turn the night vision mode off. Turn it back on. And that's what it looks like. This is what it looks like without the IR illuminator. And this is what it looks like with the IR illuminator. Let's go for a little walk in the dark. Just reminding you, this is complete darkness. I'm only using the IR illuminator to see where I'm going right now. And if I turn the IR illuminator off, that's what it looks like. Turn it on, this is what it looks like. Now I can use my flashlight, and that's going to help a little bit. I can see further down, but what washes out a little bit. But if I turn this light off, it comes back into focus. You can still see what's around you. Again, I'm going to shut the IR illuminator off. That's what it looks like in complete darkness. And turn it back on. And that's what it looks like with the IR illuminator on. And hopefully that's a good enough example for you. Complete darkness. with the IR illuminator on. And that's what it looked like behind me on the trail. IR illuminator off, IR illuminator on. Then we'll turn the IR illuminator off and we'll just use a flashlight. You can see that's what that's going to look like. Looks better with it on though, for something like this. I'm really impressed by how far the IR illuminator actually shines on this, all the way to this tree right here.
Right now, you can pick up the Boblov F2 64GB body camera for about $149.99 on Amazon currently. But if you are a Prime member, you'll be able to get it for $119.99. And there's also an additional $30 off coupon on Amazon. And I'm also going to leave you guys a discount code that you can use on Amazon to get an additional percentage off of your purchase on Amazon for this product. So thank you guys for watching. I hope this video has been helpful. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, guys, stay prepared.